Good morning, Connections. Glad you're here. I want to talk to you today about passion. As we seek God in the book of Psalms and we seek the joy and the comfort and the peace, one of the things that may be hindering us is our lack of passion. I want to tell you a story about two children of the same loving father. And the father decides to give them both the very same gift. And the first child receives that gift and says, "Oh, Father, I am so grateful. I don't deserve this gift. How can I ever pay you back? How can I ever just ask anything of me, Father? This is such an amazing gift." And that child has great joy, lasting joy. The second child receives the very same gift, but instead of receiving it as the first child, he looks down at it and says, "Is this all you have? Is this all there is? Surely you have more than just this simple gift." And as he looks to the first child, he finds that he's not only resenting the father for this simple gift, but resenting his sibling for being such a fool at accepting the gift with such joy. Which child are you? When I came back into relationship with God, one of the first ways he reached into my heart was through song. As I attended church and the lyrics appeared in front of me on the screen, I found it very difficult to sing along with the congregation. And that's because I was very much struggling as the second child. I had built up a tremendous amount of resentment against God, felt that I deserved more, had a laundry list of things that I felt God had done me wrong, deceived me, held grudges. And until I was willing to set that down, I wouldn't be able to utter a single note. I wrestled with God for several weeks as I struggled to let go of that second child and all of the resentment that I had built up, and chose to be grateful for everything that God was offering. But as soon as I did, my life was transformed as I left the second child behind and became the first. So my question for you today is, which child are you? When God gives you the gift of salvation, do you say, "Is this it? I can't even imagine this until I am done with this life, and what good will this do me in this life? I thought there'd be more. I deserve more." If that's your heart, then I think you understand why you're struggling to sing a new song to God. In counseling, I always or often tell people, do you recognize that you don't deserve anything? Matter of fact, what you do deserve is a life away from God. What you do deserve is, once this life is over, an eternity away from God. But through Jesus Christ and through the gift that he has provided us all, this gift of salvation, we no longer face all of the things we deserve. And that gift of salvation is priceless. But inevitably, when I say to the person across from me, "You don't deserve," I can see the second child come to the surface. And there's indignation. "How dare you say that? I have given a life in service. I've given a life to helping others. I've been faithful." And I can recognize immediately where the work needs to begin. And that same burden that God removed from me as the second child of the "I deserve" God's waiting to free each of those from the very same trap. I pray today that you will sing a new song. I also pray for those that are struggling to sing a new song, that this would be the day that you recognize that you will not receive everything God has for you until you're able to sing and do the work, the same work that God called me to do all those years ago, is available for you today. So let's look at Psalm 98. Sing to the Lord a new song, for he has done marvelous things. His right hand and his holy arm have worked salvation for him. The Lord has made his salvation known and revealed his righteousness to the nations. He has remembered his love and his faithfulness to Israel. All the ends of the earth have seen the salvation of our God. Shout for joy to the Lord, all the earth. Burst into jubilant song with music. Make music to the Lord with the harp and the sound of singing, with trumpets and the blast of the ram's horn. Shout for joy before the Lord, the King. Let the sea resound and everything in it, the world and all who live in it. Let the rivers clap their hands. Let the mountains sing together for joy. Let them sing before the Lord, for he comes to judge the earth. He will judge the world in righteousness and the peoples with equity. Okay. Now, if you're able to read that psalm and your heart is just bursting as it wants to join the song, and your passion is stirred for the Lord, then that's exactly where God desires to have you today. And that's a reminder of all the things that God has done for his people, for his children throughout the ages. And you are the recipient of that blessing. What could come against you? What could ever touch that joy? What could hinder your comfort and your peace if that were your song? However, if you find yourself struggling to read through this psalm, to join the heavens in jubilation, then that's also an indication that cynicism and resentment and the things of this world have drug you down and are trying to keep you captive for the rest of your days. Passion is what is missing from God's people. And without passion, we will not be able to accomplish what God has set before us to accomplish. If you cannot find passion to sing a new song to the Lord, then there is something desperately wrong that needs to be addressed immediately. Not only for your health, but the health of Connections Church and the health of all those that we may reach. Find the passion that is only found in a relationship with God. All right, one more stop in the singing coming to you later in the week. Until then, know that I love you and I miss you, and please be good.